Hey guys, alright, it's time for a stop and chat slash vlog, and I wanted to tell you guys about an encounter I had at the gym yesterday with another member. I had gotten into the hot tub, and I had to go in through the deep end because there was a dude that was sitting on the stairs, so I just thought, what's the big deal? Not going to go ask him to move so I can get in the hot tub. I'm perfectly capable of getting in the hot tub uh, on the other end. Anyways, I get in, and this gentleman on the opposite side of me, he ends up, he splashes me a couple times. Like, not like, big splashes, but like with his hand. And he just gives me like a very dirty look, and I'm thinking, like, all right, what's this guy's problem? So, not even analyzing it any further, I look at him like I'm thinking, like, what's your problem? I didn't say anything. I see that this guy has tattoos literally all over his torso, his chest, his arms, and then it hit me like a ton of bricks. He was pissed off that I was wearing this guy right here. And I totally understood what was going on there. This guy, I guess, was a white supremacist or a neo-Nazi or something. And I'm really disappointed because I wish I could have had a conversation with this guy. I wish I could have understood where he was coming from in terms of his anger. Um, he didn't seem interested in having that type of conversation. He was just sitting there, like breathing heavily, clenching his fist like this. And I just stayed there. I thought to myself, like, you know what? I have every right to be here. I haven't paid membership. I'm in the first year of my 2-year membership, and I'm not going to go anywhere. And I stayed there. And I tried to relax. I tried to stretch out my arms, and I had a really great workout last night, by the way. Really happy with that. But I'm really disappointed that I wasn't able to have a conversation with this guy, because that's where we're going to start to heal these perceived racial wounds that we are experiencing as a country. And it is a lot better than people say it is. A lot of people say that. I always repeat this, that or rather, I always say this, the three mantras that the globalists like to repeat are orange man bad, white man bad, guns are bad, okay? Those are the three things that they like to repeat, and they like to make it seem as if white people are the only people that are responsible for racism, and that racism against white people is impossible because of their white privilege. That's a bunch of bullshit, of course, and I could understand why this guy would be upset with me because of, well, I don't. I really don't. So that's the reason why I wanted to talk to him. Um, it's very unfortunate. Honestly, it's unfortunate that we're not able to have conversations like this. And make no mistake that the people that are pushing all this racial propaganda to try and pin us together, they don't want us to have conversations. They want us to just, beat the shit out of each other. Because that's, in a lot of ways that helps them achieve their mission, which is to cause chaos in society, because these people, they believe that from chaos comes order. And they also kind of get off by it. They get, as Styx has said many times, like, these people are like really deviant, in terms of their sexual desires. Like, they get off by watching people get bombed. They get off by watching people get killed and get beat up and get humiliated, and they get a ride from hiding in public, or rather hiding in plain sight, like Bill Clinton the other day when he was, or not the other day, a few years ago when he was shilling for Hill, and he had come out and said. Sorry, I'm a little flustered right now. Protester came out and said, oh, Bill Clinton was a rapist, and then Bill Clinton was just standing there at the stage, like, with this like smirk on his face, like yeah, you can say that all you want, but there's nothing you can do about me. There ain't jack shit you can do about it. So yeah, these people are fucking sick, and it really disappointed me how I wasn't able to have a conversation with this guy, because I honestly, I've never met a white supremacist. I met somebody who, coincidentally at the gym at 24 Hour Fitness, who was talking about Zionism. This was back in 2011. It was my first run-in with the word. I may have heard it when I skimmed over the movie Zeitgeist in 2009, but I could be wrong there. Anyways, I thought that it would have been really nice to have a conversation with this guy, just to understand where his anger was, and just to let him know that I have no problem with his skin color or with his race or his people or his heritage or his culture. In fact, I think that this country needs more whiteness to it because, I mean, look, let's get real here for a second. You look at all of the things that have been contributed to the Western world, a lot of them have been provided to us by white men. And at the same time, they're trying to erase that from history. They're no better than ISIS in the sense that, ISIS goes around destroying these religious artifacts and statues and structures. These people in the anti-white crowd, they're exactly the same. So it's very shameful that these people are putting out the message that they are and causing a lot of division and hate. But then again, it's not as bad as we think it is. And like I said before, this multicultural experiment clearly has not worked. It's been a complete and total disaster. And I really am not opposed to the idea of segregation because I think deep down people are always going to bond or stick together with their own people. Sometimes, you have instances like with Martin Brunelli talks about in Hotchkiss how there's a lot of, it's a majority white town, but there are Hispanics and blacks that, they all get along with each other. And he says that's fine. There's no racial division as the media is trying to say there is. But in inner cities, I would say that, segregation may be necessary, not necessarily enforced by the state, but just something that should be discussed amongst people, community leaders. And I'll just say this in closing, that whites absolutely should have the right to express their pride for their heritage and their race. And it is not racist to do so. And the fact that people are trying to go around saying that it is racist have no idea what the hell they're talking about. Because there clearly is a double standard when you hear about things, when you hear about black pride and brown pride. If you ever hear white pride, these people get totally triggered. And that's a bad thing in my opinion. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. God bless. I'll see you later.